It's time for the bad boys get the innocent girl, or for the vampire to find her maiden, or for the human guy to simp for the female vampire. Today, we're going to go over 10 romance animes where the bad boy falls in love with the good girl. Let's go! 10. Sing Yesterday for me.
何事もなかったようにお友達でいてくれるよ。きっと。
悪魔みてえな女。
Get ready to meet the bad boy and pessimist Rikyo Ozumi, a guy who works at a convenience store but is still depressed about his future. The only ray of sunshine in his life is a girl named Haru Nonaka, who frequently drops by his workplace to befriend him. But things get even more serious when Rikyo's old friend and crush, Shinako, moves back into town. So now we have one pessimistic boy and two girls with different feelings. Our main character might not be the badass boy in town, but he clearly doesn't seem to care about other people's feelings. Sing Yesterday for Me has a lot of slice-of-life elements mixed in with some morally gray characters, and even though you sometimes feel like punching all of them in the face, they all get their moments to shine. If you want that love triangle with a bad emotionless boy in the middle of it, then this is the show for you. 9. Black Cat.
そのおかげで被害者はみんなボロボロ。
あんたの手に負えるのか。
あれ？もしかして引き止めてる？それとも心配してる？
Nope, we're not talking about the Spider-Man villain or an actual black cat. This time, it's about an assassin. Yeah, I know you're gonna sigh and say another assassin anime, but trust me, this one is good. As you guessed, the assassin is the big bad boy here, but when he meets Saya Minetsuki, a gunman and bounty hunter, he decides to quit his job and becomes a bounty hunter. So all good. Nope, his underling Creed now wants to know why he switched sides, so he chases after him. Even though the whole premise of the show might seem gloomy, it has a lot of comedy in it, and even though the romance isn't the main focus here, when the romance kicks in, it's going to be sweet and wholesome. 8. Shugo Chara.
月読み行くとなぜ邪魔をする？
これはアムと歌うの怠慢だ。お前らの相手は俺がしてやるよ。キング！
Fairies, eggs, and bad boys. That's Shugo Chara for you. We all want to hide our true selves at times, such as the problem with Amu Hinamori. She is a rather shy girl, forced to don a rather cheerful personality. While wondering about a way she could reveal her true personality to her friends, she is met by 3 guardians, who help her achieve what she wants. So where does the bad boy come in? Hold up, we're getting to that part. We've got Ikuto Tsukiyomi, a boy who's aloof, enigmatic, stoic, and also a little bad. He has a habit of teasing people, and one of his main targets is Amu. Over time, the two begin to realize their feelings for each other. This is one of those early anime with a bit of simplistic art style, but that shouldn't stop you from enjoying the great romance in this show. 7. Codebreaker.
すまぬ。手間を取らせた。
いいえ、大丈夫ですよ。これからもクラスメイトとして仲良くしましょう。桜浩二さん。
You know the guy is a bad boy when he straight up goes and kills a person. Sakura Koji, on her way home, sees people being burnt alive by a guy with blue flames. Being the smart girl she is, she calls the police and heads back home. But surprise, surprise, our mysterious killer becomes the new transfer student in school. Sakura is cautious about being with him, but soon she finds that the killer Rei is actually a sympathetic character. He's cheerful, charming, and is the last in the class to kill a person. Come on, how can this guy kill a person so easily? Then what did Rei see that day? As you can see, Codebreaker already starts off with a huge mystery, and the story gets more complex as we move along. Similar to Black Cat, even though the story starts with a dark premise, there's tons of comedy in between. There isn't much romance compared to the other shows on this list, but this anime knows how to explore the bad boy and good girl tropes really well. 6. Dance with the Devils.
だから校則違反なんてしてません。投書したの誰ですか？なんて書いてあるんですか？
質問するのは君ではなく私だ。
Nope, no one is dancing here, but we've got everyone's favorite set of bad boys, the vampires. Oh, and we've got the devils too. Turns out there's a huge war going on between devils and vampires, and our main character, Ritsuka Tachibana, gets dragged into the middle of it. Dance with the Devil may look like a teen romance show, but apart from the romance, there's actually good mystery running in the background. The show also has some nice fantasy aspects to it, like how these groups are searching for the grimoire, a tool that will allow them to control the world. I know, big concepts for a romance anime, but each of them are executed in a neat way by developing the mystery and then giving it a good payoff. If you love some Twilight vampires who are bad boys, then you're going to love this show. 5. Paradise Kiss.
やめてくれない？私暇じゃないの。
うわ、ビンゴ。
すっげえ美人じゃん。
The moment you watch this anime, you're going to think, huh, what's with this weird art style? But if you are a long-term anime fan, then you know that bizarre anime can give you the most enjoyment once you are hooked on them. Paradise Kiss is that kind of show. Paradise Kiss starts off when Yukari Hayasaka runs away from a stalker and faints along the way. But shortly, she wakes up in a room full of fashion designers. Now, all of those fashion designers want Yukari to be their official model, but Yukari has other ideas. She escapes, but they track her down and force her to accept their request. One thing Paradise Kiss excels at is drama. It doesn't give you any new or unique drama, but the characters and the setting is what makes the drama more interesting. This might not have romance under the cherry blossom tree, but it knows how to keep you engaged with the story, with some interesting characters and drama. 4. Kakurio.
そして君の夫となる鬼だ。
花嫁だの夫だの勝手にわけわかんないこと言わないでよ。
おい、なんだその態度は。
Anime always combines various genres with romance, but have you seen an anime that combines romance and food? If you haven't, then it's time you watched Kakurio. One girl with debt needs to settle it with the spirits, so instead of marrying the guy wearing the mask, she decides to earn the cash by herself. Now, a lot of people will believe this to be a love story, but this focuses more on food. This has a premise similar to Kami-sama Kiss, but the episodes heavily differ because of how much cooking is involved in the anime. Initially, cooking is involved only as a hobby, but wait till you see how they integrate the whole cooking concept to the story so that it impacts the rest of the characters as well. Oh, and did you know this has 10 ending themes? Damn, that's a lot. If we involve a little bit more music, this will be a musical food anime. 3. Kobato.
ちやほやされて浮かれてんじゃねえよ。
Kobato is one of those shows with a fairy tale premise. This girl has a candy bottle, and every time she helps a person, the bottle fills up. What happens when the whole bottle is filled up? Good question. When the bottle is filled up, she gets to fulfill any wish she has. Yeah, think of this like the Holy Grail, but with no masters and servants. Kobato also has a really great art style for a romance anime, and even though the romance comes in a bit later, it has some great slice-of-life elements in it. If you want a tension-filled romance show, then Kobato is not the show for you, but if you want a slow-paced slice-of-life drama with family issues, romance troubles, and all of that, then Kobato is the show for you. 2. The Severing Crime Edge.
そっか。それで私。
あ、うん。
はい。
あ、どうも。
This anime involves cutting hair. Wait, hold on. It gets more interesting as we move along. Here we have a main character who has a desire to cut long hair. Luckily, his weird fantasies come true when he finds a beautiful girl with long, flowing hair named Iwai Mushino-koji. Now that's the simpler part. The more complex part is when we realize that cutting this girl's hair will let anyone grant their wish. Now our guy has the ability himself, and instead of cutting her hair to make his wish come true, he decides to cut her hair and set her free. As you guessed, this involves a lot of fantasy elements, plus a weird protagonist with a weird desire to cut hair. But the romance and the mystery element are really well done in this show. Just don't try cutting the hair of random girls you meet after watching this anime, alright? Number 1. Vanitas no Karte.
なんだその涙は。弱々しい態度は。守るものなど作るからそうやって弱くなるんだ。だが、いいな。
And it's time to finish off the list with some vampires. And this time, our girl is the vampire, and our guy is the type of person to flirt with the girl, and then ask her to drink his blood. The story is centralized around Noe Archiviste, a guy who is searching for the legendary book of Vanitas, and soon he finds it in the possession of a human named Vanitas. And this guy keeps calling for trouble. The main girl arrives in the second episode, and if you've seen a girl like Janae Alter going around the internet, then that's her, Janae. She starts off as the world's strongest bodyguard, and then gets addicted to the blood of Vanitas. Romance isn't the main genre of Vanitas, but the relationship between Vanitas and Jean is heavily explored in the first few arcs of the series. This is one of the most unique relationships I've seen in anime, so if you haven't watched it till now, then right now's the time to kick out everything in your watch list and give this anime a chance.